go. Because we're just trying to get a picture of us looking so nice walking in the field with our Kai bean and looking at the hills. You want to look up at the hills, Nathan?
All of the hills in the distance, boy. Look at that.
That's probably where the Peak District starts, eh? Wow. From the first 12-week scan, she was pinging the lights out with all the indicators of Edwards syndrome. So a check on the measurement behind her neck was quite large. We discovered some anomalies with her heart, which is very common with Edwards syndrome babies.
As soon as she was born, we just fell in love with her, and maybe some of the external features we had been concerned about became endearing to us. That was Hannah, that was who she was. She wasn't an Edwards baby as she was maybe during pregnancy. She was our daughter. I got you once. Let's get you again. Come on. Way. Got you twice. 3 times. Almost there. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. There are lots of varying conditions with Edwards syndrome. And I think that's what created a lot of uncertainty for us, is we didn't know to what extent Hannah had been affected.
Your hopes and dreams for this child are immediately shattered when you get a diagnosis that's a life-limiting condition. We didn't know if Hannah would arrive early, if we would get any time with her, if she would survive birth. There was no way of preparing for something that you just didn't know what it was going to be. Are you feeding her? Does she like grass for her tummy?
Shall we do a race with Kaya, boy? On your marks, get set, go!
She started before
go.
you though.
See,
She
come
cheated.
on, Kaya's winning.
And she's got more legs.
Neck and neck with Nathan and Daddy.
The bereavement midwife sounds like an awful term, but she was incredibly supportive, helped me in putting a birth plan together. We had a fantastic team of support around us.
This is one of the photos that I think means the most to us. This is when Hannah was christened. In it, we always comment that she looked like an angel. This photo here, this was one of ours taken on Christmas Day. I think we realised it will be our only Christmas as a family of 4 together. So we tried to get the perfect picture, but it shows the lovely chaos that was our family at that time through December. And then there's our christening candle as well, which I think has a lot of meaning for us. Firstly, that we were able to get Hannah christened. We also light a candle on many occasions to remember Hannah, so it's got that meaning to it.
And this beautiful little christening bracelet with Hannah's name on it, engraved on it, was sent by Colin's parents, Hannah's grandparents. I mean, it was of course too big for her, even though it was so tiny, but such a beautiful, special thing that we will always cherish as part of a special day.
Can you play the ball? Oh. No?
Oh, so close. Amelia, are you gonna? She's gonna throw it to you.
Oh yeah. That was asking nicely, wasn't it?
I knew very little about Edwards syndrome, apart from the prognosis was very poor. I was really quite frightened, and at the very first conversation I had with a midwife was very much, you're high risk to have a pregnancy where baby is incompatible with life. Have you any thought about what you want to do? In regards to Mosaicism and the Mosaic Edwards syndrome, it's only through sort of more connecting with people in the communities who had diagnosis of mosaic trisomy that I felt that I got more of a balanced picture, really, and that sort of gave me a sense of hope, but equally a worry that was I not being realistic.
Can you catch it? Can you catch it? Can you catch it? Over here. You kind of go into this, pregnancy thinking that these tests are going to give you a definitive answer, and that's why I guess in my head I'd always thought if you get those warning signs and these test results coming through, you would, I would terminate the pregnancy because, the doctors will have an answer for me.
You're thinking, oh, this test will tell me, absolutely, but then equally, if you happen to be on the wrong end of that test and you're told that you're in that 1% where it's a grey area, you're there just thinking, oh my goodness.
Ah! You put them on. Yeah? Oh, okay.
Thank you. You had to put them on my head.
Even now, we don't know definitively, ultimately how Amelia's doing. And, she seems very healthy and we're very fortunate in that respect. But you just don't get a definitive answer. You've suddenly got to find a way to be comfortable with the grey.
Just briefly comes out and goes away again.
It does, doesn't it?
Does it every time. So maybe
I just think. Looks good, doesn't it?
we should maybe get a new vase thing for there.
I was thinking of putting another
Yeah.
in the back.
Maybe shift it to this side here.
We had our 12-week scan and everything went fine. We then went for our 20-week scan in the summer of 2006 and they mentioned the words trisomy 18. I'd never heard of those words. What they were saying was that the baby was quite poorly.
The processing of everything at the time, it was just emotional, just, I don't know, I didn't actually know what to think.
For the baby that I was carrying, she was doing a lot of kicking, so at that stage we thought, well, maybe carrying on with the pregnancy might be an option and letting nature take its course.
No! No! No!
I remember when we got into the delivery room, the poor doctor at the time, they actually asked if he was the dad because I think he was in so much shock. And I was like, no, that's the doctor, that's not the dad, he's en route. So yeah, it was a bit like carry on maternity. She came in a bit of a hurry, didn't she? She didn't hang about. So
She definitely come in with a bang.
absolutely.
So one of the things that we did was we moved to the country and we're now living the country life. Because having Charlotte and Jackie just made us realise maybe we should have things that we really want. And you guys, come on then. You guys are it. So we've got a few rescue chickens here as well. Quite like them because I quite like their personality. They're a little bit naughty, but they're also really therapeutic. So we've raised him from about 3 weeks we got him. We like to think they're a bit quite tame. I see you, don't you? Hey, you want down? If I let you down, I know what you're going to do. Come on then. You want to go down? Come on then. See you later. Here we go, we'll get some. And I think the other thing is with them all being different colours. I think Charlotte would have liked that. All the different colours of chickens. I think it's nice to have them of all the different breeds. So,
Although she had Edward syndrome, she definitely had her own personality. She got a bit of a nickname, didn't she? So we ended up calling her Mini Diva because that's what she was, a bit of a diva, wasn't she?
We decided that if she was going to go, give her a bit of dignity and let her go by herself.
We did have quite a few scary moments when we thought we were losing her, didn't we? We thought it was her time, and then she would rally again. We opted for comfort care with Charlotte, which basically meant we let nature take its course with her. We wanted her to be as comfortable as possible. The hospice was a place where we could go as a family and get a bit of sleep, which was really needed.
He's over there. You beat me. Come on. Come on.
Because we knew her life was going to be short, we had decided early on that we were going to celebrate each day and each moment with her. Each day we celebrated her birthday with a cake of sorts and a candle, and we'd sing to her. Nathan would sing to her, which she absolutely loved.
Who's this in the bath over here?
Baby Hannah.
This was the day we walked outside with baby Hannah. Look, there you are with your winter coat on, and then you were playing with the toys. The support we received after Hannah passed away was from Rainbow's Hospice. They actually helped us with funeral arrangements. They got in touch with funeral directors, and the community nursing team was still in touch for a few days and weeks after Hannah passed away.
In terms of Nathan dealing with Hannah's loss, being 3 when she passed away, he didn't understand the concept of death. We found a number of books which helped explain it to a 3-year-old. He's had a lot of questions since, but we deal with those questions as they come up and as he asks them. Who did we build this garden for, boy?
For baby Hannah and John.
For baby Hannah, and what flowers did we plant here?
Daddy,
Yes.
you run that way and I'll catch him.
Okay, you catch me.
Not you.
Got me. Now it's my turn to catch you.
Yeah.
Ah, let's go. Ah, I'm going to catch you. The Gruffalo's coming.
We have a memory garden dedicated to Hannah.
It's something where we can, or a place where we can go to be still, be quiet, and to think about Hannah, and in a way to build up further memories with Hannah, even though she's not with us.
There's always that moment or that little thought in your head, I just wish Hannah could be here with us. I wish she could meet these people, or she could see this place. I mean, even a simple thing like the changing of the seasons, because Hannah lived and died in winter. So even as we felt, you know, the world going into spring and summer, it was just felt like she was missing. It was such an emptiness that she couldn't be there for part of it.
Yo, you caught it! Well done. Ready? Steady? Well, almost. Leading up to the birth was, I suppose, really uncertain and tricky, and I think we'd both at that stage come to terms with, you know what, we're making the right decision, we're doing what's right for us, and almost, I mean, I say forgotten about everything we've been told leading up to this and put it aside.
There was just this sense of almost waiting for something bad to happen and thinking that we couldn't be so lucky as to have this baby that's just seemed so happy and healthy given everything that had gone on in the actual pregnancy. She always just puts a smile on our faces, doesn't she? She loves playing with her brother, she loves going down the slide.
She's got a little vacuum that she pushes around, and every time I do any of the housework, she's following me around. That's it. Oh. Is it gentle hands? It is ultimately such an incredibly rare condition, and it doesn't come up much for these professionals. I know it's definitely always at the back of my mind, worrying, well, actually, one day we're going to have a sit-down conversation with her about potentially some health impacts that could be there for her in the future, and that could ultimately be lingering. We need to be prepared for that, and we need to keep our knowledge up to scratch on it as well.
See, having Charlotte and losing Charlotte and losing Jackie, it just, I think it changes you a person, and it's changed me for the better. And just, I think it makes you appreciate life a lot more, if you know what I mean.
Charlotte, she hadn't been very well, she got a bit of a cold, but we'd seen her a lot worse. Spoken to the dietitian, just to make her aware of the fact she was unwell and what we would do with the feeds, and that was all fine. And then I actually went to get something from the old house, and I went to check on her, and I realised that she had sadly died. I was actually in the room at the time and I hadn't noticed, so she came in with such a bang, but she went out so quietly. So we had signed a do not resuscitate form at the hospital, which we got, and we phoned the ambulance. Afterwards was just such a sad, devastating time. We felt really lost. I wanted the pictures of her up, you weren't so keen.
Yeah, I know.
It just, we were both grieving in completely different ways.
I don't think we really gave ourselves that much time.
We decided to try again for another baby. After further investigation, they discovered that Jackie actually had quite severe brain abnormalities. I would say with Jackie, ending a pregnancy was certainly not an easy option. There was a lot of guilt there. Although I didn't have to like that decision, I think that was the decision that was best for her and for us all as a family.
And we built this, I don't know, it's just, I think I built it for all the kids, not just Blair and Faith. I think it was for kind of like Jackie as well. I just kind of see her on the swing and wonder what she would have been like on this swing and playing about and doing stuff that a normal, well, say normal kid, but.
As time's gone on, some of the ornaments and things that we've placed up at the grave have become a bit weathered. We've created a space in our own garden where we've taken the old ornaments and we've placed them here at our home so that we've got that link to them.
When Charlotte died, Mum and Dad were in quite a dark place, I would say. But for me, my childhood, despite that, was amazing. I was out playing, I had everything I could ever wish for. I was loved, and to my mum and dad, I will always be grateful to that, for the opportunities they've given and just for the love that they have to give to the world.
Hey? What did you do? Look at you. Look at you. What did you just do? Oh yeah. Look at you. Boo-boo. Oh.
As much as I've lost the girls, I'm still a mum to the girls, whether it's maybe visiting a grave or having a memory, but they're in everything that we do.
After losing Charlotte, it's gave me so much drive to push on with life. It's all or nothing. I think I don't take anything for granted. I think I live every single day.
Make the decision that's right for you based on the information that you've got and the information that you've gathered, because there is no right or wrong.
There's that sense that I think having a perspective of that there's no certainties of any pregnancy and trying to just enjoy the pregnancy.
Excited, Angel.
Okay, put your arms out. Put your arms flat. Like that. There we go. Now, you hold here. Put your arms on your legs. Put your arms down. There we go. Like that. You're going to give it a small kiss on the cheek.
Going to upset us if you mention her name or you ask us about her. It's our favourite thing to do is to talk about her.
Take time to make those decisions which are true to yourselves and true to the life of your child as well.
Despite the tough times that we've been through and the stress and the uncertainty, it was all worth it. We would do it all again, go through all that hardship just to get to meet her. We're so glad that we gave Hannah a chance.